he disclosed his net worth. He had to, as part of his candidacy, he had to disclose, and he said it's over $10 billion. In 2014, he earned something like $360 million. And I think one of the things he's tapped into, I'd be curious if our audience feels this way as well, Judy, is that he is free. He's really free to say whatever he wants.
Right.
Because he has... So what should he lose? What's his income going to go down to? $360 million a year?
That's
if he loses
right.
a couple of jobs? I mean, he can say whatever he wants. But Reeve, you're shaking your head.
Being rich isn't a get-out-of-jail-free card or give you the right to make bigoted statements
No, I agree with you on that.
And we've had tons of billionaires run for office in California in particular. That doesn't make you a great politician or elected official or a public servant just because you're wealthy.
Let's not forget.
We're damned if we don't, and we're damned if we do. You know, with Trump, we're getting somebody who's just spewing out, and we don't like that. But then we also don't like politicians who dance around and are flip-floppers and make everything so contextual. So what is it that we want? Maybe we need to decide what we want.
I think we know what we want. We want people who have honesty and integrity and who are going to serve the country and serve people and not just make bombastic, narcissistic, bigoted statements.
But then you see it right away. You see it right away, and you don't have to vote for him. So he's not going to lead us down this track.
It's beyond voting.
You know
it's beyond voting. Let's talk about the damage that someone like him does. He has this platform. And let's go back to Dylan Roof. We know what happened in Charleston. We know those 9 people were massacred, and we learned from that manifesto he was sitting around listening to all this hateful speech. So Donald Trump is dangerous. It's beyond just who votes for Donald Trump, who doesn't vote for him, whether he's rich or not. He is dangerous.
But Reba, my question is, if he's dangerous and if he's saying things that are disturbing and bombastic, what has he tapped into that people get so exorcised about him?
Well, I think he's tapped into clicks, right?
Andy, let me play.
Donald Trump to the Charleston killer. I mean, why don't we blame Donald Trump for the movie theater shooter and for World War II and the Nazis? I mean, your thinking is crazy.
Let me play the tape. I now have it.
Isn't crazy. Your statement is crazy.
Let me.
Nobody's saying that.
One at a time, everybody. One at a time. Here is the soundbite I was looking for, where he. Well, let's look at it. Let's see what he says, Georgiana. Here we go.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists. And some, I assume, are good people.
As if the people in attendance might not have some bad seeds in there too, right?
Dr.
What do you
Drew,
mean that they're not sending you? That doesn't make any sense.
This country is built on immigrants that had problems. Every single one of us, literally every single one of us has ancestors that was brought here as an immigrant or a slave. Those are the only 2 ways you become part of America, right? So we all came here with problems. You don't just bring in people that are like him, that are orange with crazy hair.
Let me talk to the audience. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Drew, I mean... And even if he does have a crazy toupee and is probably paying this guy off to give him some sort of nice endorsement on CNN, anything's better than Obama.
Well, hold on. Wait, hold on. But I think that's something else that is going on here. I've not heard such. Well, okay, go back up to your seat. But she's running away.
Obama's not running for president. Newsbreak. Obama's turning out. His term is over. He's not running for president.
Yeah. You mean there's not going to be a third and a fourth term?
There's not going to be a third Obama.
Move on.
Go ahead. Yes, sir.
Yes, I think he's just misunderstood.
What?
The thing is because he's just saying they're not bringing Mexico's best. He's not saying the whole Mexico. He's just pointing out not Mexico's best.
Do you think it's a little...
And I just think also it's because us as a humanity, we just feel like we make just decisions on emotions.
Yes.
And I always say never make a permanent decision on a temporary emotion.
Yes, I think that's good.
But that's what we all do, Dr. Drew. Emotional appeals are what works. It gets people riled up, it gets them to the polls, and it gets them voting.
I think that is exactly, we're going to keep this conversation going. Judy's point is exactly right, which is that he has tapped into something. There's frustration with the current leadership. I don't know what that is, why it suddenly emerged, but there seems to be. There's frustration, there's anger and frustration with the economy, and there's a tendency when people have a sort of a built-up aggression, they will pick a scapegoat. And it seems that Mr. Trump has found a scapegoat that has gotten everyone really worked up.